I'm trying to be nice to you, Alessandra. We are sisters, and it's about time we start acting like it. You're about to be a married woman. Stop acting like a child. I know you, Kate. I know the real you. And I won't fall for this illusion you and Father are creating, like you're trying to be nice to me. Save your breath and energy. Alessandra saw right through Kate the moment she apologized. I do not know what you're talking about. Why don't you go outside and see where your little dead animal is buried? It was more fun than I expected. Kate grinned, tempted to tell Alessandra what she had done. Excuse me, I have to go back to my room to clean up. You should really clean your bedroom, Alessandra. It stinks. Alessandra grabbed Kate's arm, preventing her from leaving. What did you do, Kate? Do not touch me, Alessandra. I am being nice right now. Kate shoved Alessandra's hand away. If you knew me well, you would know not to play with me. As I said, I am going to my room to get cleaned up. Are you going to stand here or check on my hard work? You. Alessandra clenched her fists, tempted to slap Kate, but held herself back. She did not want to resort to violence like Kate always did. Instead, she left to go outside to see what Kate had done. Her father was stupid to think Kate could play nice with anyone. Kate had no idea what it meant to be nice. Alessandra prayed Kate had not disrespected the kitten further after she had already killed it. Coming across the hallway leading down to her room or to go outside, Alessandra found her door ajar, meaning someone had been in it. She made the decision to check on her bedroom first. Alessandra cautiously walked up to the door and slowly pushed it all the way open, but found nothing out of place at first glance. The box with the kitten was gone, which meant Kate took it. Alessandra knew there had to be either something wrong with her bedroom or where the kitten was buried, based on how happy Kate was. Alessandra continued to look around her bedroom, still finding it to be as she left it. Her canvases were as she left them. Her bed still looked made up, her books were neat, and the only scent in the room was due to the kitten. Did she rip up my clothes again? Alessandra went up to the closet and opened it to see if Kate had destroyed her clothes again. No. She instantly knew what was missing as soon as she opened the closet doors. Her mother's dress was front and center in her closet, after she had been thinking of getting married recently. It was one of the few things she had that had belonged to her mother. Alessandra did not know whether to laugh or cry about the situation, but one thing for sure, she regretted not slapping Kate when they were face to face. Alessandra felt the need to break something to release the anger she felt, but instead of doing so, she decided to take that anger out on Kate. Alessandra dragged her feet to her window, where the barn was in perfect view. If she mentions a word of this to Father, then I'm screwed. Kate only now realized the gravity of her actions, as she was alone in her bathroom, sitting in a tub of water. Her father made it quite clear they had to be nice to Alessandra, but how could she simply allow Alessandra to boss her around? What's the point in being nice to Alessandra when he's going to make Edgar take me along in 2 days? Kate sighed, resting her head against the edge of the tub. They're going to gas up her head. We should make her remember her place. Kate didn't like how her family allowed Alessandra to walk around the home freely. She was meant to be hidden away in her room, or, better yet, in a cell. Alessandra had become the hideous daughter no one wanted to see, and it was meant to stay that way. All eyes were meant to be on Kate. Kate held out her fingers, looking at the 3 broken nails, thanks to her starting the hole Alessandra wanted. Her parents never asked her to do chores or do anything a servant should, but Alessandra ordered her to, and now her beautiful nails were ruined. I will not be kind to Alessandra. Kate made up her mind. She couldn't do that even if she tried her hardest. She hated Alessandra to the moon and back. I'm going to make her regret having Edgar propose to her. I should make a cell and throw her in it to never see the light of day. You cannot go in there. Kate glanced at her bathroom door, confused by the sudden ruckus. Her personal maid knew not to interrupt or let anyone in while she was bathing. Suddenly, the bathroom door swung open, but Kate had not seen the person yet. Have you lost your mind? Alessandra? Kate sat up when Alessandra stepped into her view with a bucket in her hand. What is that awful smell? Kate covered her nose as an awful smell filled her bathroom. It was much worse than the dead kitten. Kate, go and dig up my mother's dress right now, said Alessandra through gritted teeth. She was only giving Kate one chance to do the right thing. Are you crazy? Why would I dig up something covered in mud? Get the hell out of my room. Are you not aware of how much you stink? Kate couldn't bear the smell that followed Alessandra. Why the hell does it smell so familiar? You are full of shit, Kate. Alessandra threw the contents in the bucket she carried towards Kate in the tub. Kate's eyes were wide open as a brown substance flew towards her face and the surrounding area in the tub. What is... Kate trailed off as she saw something floating in the tub, changing the water from crystal clear to brown. If possible, Kate's eyes opened wider as she realized what Alessandra had thrown at her. She should have guessed the smell was none other than horse shit, but it had not registered in her mind earlier. Kate tried to scramble out of the tub to get away from the shit floating around, even though her head was already covered in it. Unfortunately, as she stepped out of the tub, Kate slipped on shit and spilled water, falling to the floor in more of the horse shit which had not made its way into the tub. No! Kate started to freak out even more as her leg was now covered in shit. She almost hurled, disgusted by the sight and smell of it. It suits your personality, Kate. Did you honestly think I would let you get away with ruining my mother's dress? You have to be the crazy one, Alessandra said, walking to the sink to turn on the water while Kate began to have a breakdown. Alessandra placed the bucket in the sink to let it fill up halfway while she swirled it around to mix up the remaining pieces of shit with the fresh water. Get this off of me! Kate cried as she grabbed a cloth to start wiping it off. She was naked on the cold floor with no one to help her. She quickly rubbed off the shit from her face, hands, and her hair, but the scent was something she could not easily get rid of. It felt like she had it in her mouth, and each time she swallowed, she could taste it. I'm going to kill you for this. Kate screamed when Alessandra threw the second batch on her. As it was more water now, some of it made its way into Kate's mouth as it was open while she was talking. It was the final straw for Kate, making her throw up right on the floor. If you step 1 foot into the room, I will throw more on her, Alessandra glared at Kate's maid, Sally, who was trying to sneak her way in to help Kate. You deserve every moment of this, Kate. You are disgusting and full of shit. I was wrong when I said my issue was just with my father. I was being too kind to Kate, Alessandra said to herself. She was glad to have realized her mistake early on. Alessandra didn't want to just mess with Kate for these 2 days. She wanted to ruin her life. I will make sure we are even, Kate. I will repay what you started to do to my face. I will make it so that you will have no choice but to wear a mask, and I will steal your happiness from you. Do you think I'm afraid of you? Kate wiped away traces of vomit from her mouth. Do you think you scare me? No, but you have always been jealous of me, Kate. You can never handle attention not being on you. And this dangerous jealousy started when we were younger. Alessandra stooped down to Kate's level. You should have been angry at our father for always having a favorite. A perfect daughter he could always use. Kate scoffed, offended by Alessandra's words. There was nothing to be jealous of when it came to Alessandra. Why would I be jealous of you? I am beautiful, smart, wanted by all men. You try so hard to forget the past, Kate. A time when you were in my shadow as father paraded me around. We could have been good sisters had you not fed into your jealousy. I tried so many times to forgive you as you were merely wishing to have father's attention on you, but you are beyond forgiving. Do not look down on me. Kate lunged forward to pull the mask Alessandra wore from her face. It was easy for Alessandra to talk when her face was hidden. Alessandra almost stumbled forward due to the mask being roughly pulled away from her face. As Alessandra looked up to get the mask back from Kate's hands, Kate chuckled, seeing the scars were still evident. You are still hideous, Kate said in triumph. Alessandra had no place to talk about anyone being jealous of her when her face was horrible. I would hide my face from the world if I were you too. Kate flinched, moving the mask further away when she thought Alessandra was trying to reach for it. But to her surprise, Alessandra pushed her. Thanks to how Kate was sitting, Alessandra was able to push Kate backward with only one hand, and then grab both of Kate's hands to pin her down against the wet floor. The back of Kate's body would be covered in what was left on the floor. Kate struggled to get out of Alessandra's grasp and used her feet to try to kick Alessandra off of her, but it did not work. Get off of me! Sally, help me right now! Kate yelled to the maid. One day, your face will share the same fate as mine, Kate. I'm going to make sure you wish you were dead, just like I once did. Always remember, your actions are responsible for the woman I shall become. Be prepared, Kate. I'm done with being too nice, Alessandra warned her. Fear looks good on you, Kate. I want to see it again soon. Alessandra snatched back her mask from Kate, thanks to her being distracted. Alessandra released Kate's other hand as she was finished with what she had come for. She placed her mask back onto her face as she stood up, looking down at the pitiful state of Kate. You should bring more maids to help her get cleaned up. She's filthy, Alessandra told Sally, who stood by the door in shock. Sally had never once witnessed anyone bring this much shame to Kate. Kate was normally the ringleader, the one to embarrass others, but now she lay naked in shit. It was a good sight to her, and for once in her time working here, she liked Alessandra. Alessandra did what no other person could when it came to Kate. "Hello?" Alessandra waved her hand to get Sally's attention. It was evident the maid was enjoying this, but if she wanted to keep her job, she should move quickly to help Kate right now. "I am going to tell my mother and father of this." Kate sat up, fuming with rage. Never in her life had she been so embarrassed like this. A baron's daughter was not meant to be treated like this. Not by someone like Alessandra. Not even by the king himself. "Please do. But you seem to forget one important detail. Father can do nothing while I am to wed the Duke. He'll simply say you deserved it and laugh it off while your mother bites her tongue. Do you really want to waste your breath? I've been in your position too many times, and it's better to just shut up. If Edgar calls this marriage off, then you're dead. Do you not realize that? Be careful with what you do now, Alessandra. Men change their minds so easily when a better option comes along, and then you'll be trapped with us again." Kate could hardly wait for it to happen. She'll get rid of the confidence Alessandra was starting to have and make her timider than she was before. "I know how easy men can change their minds, Kate. I've heard of your suitors marrying your friends instead. Goodbye." Alessandra proceeded to leave the bathroom. The stench was starting to become overbearing, and it would no longer be a good day if she spent too much time with Kate. Just in case Kate was stupid enough to retaliate again, Alessandra knew it was best to return to her room to pack up and hide everything that was valuable to her. "My lady." "My lady?" Kate glared at Sally. A personal maid wasn't useful if they were only going to stand to the side while someone threw literal shit at their master. "You are fired. Send someone else to do your job right now." She threw the dirty cloth she wiped her body with at Sally. "How many people are they going to fire?" Alessandra muttered as she exited Kate's bedroom. "The house is already empty. The cooks act as servers. The gardener acts as the coachman. And next you know, we'll have a cow thinking it also has to be a horse." Alessandra didn't know what her father could be doing with his money for the house to be in such a state. The amount of money he spent on the party would have been enough to turn things around. He did all of that expecting the Duke would find interest in Kate, but it did not work. Why couldn't they have taken Kate to a place the Duke frequents, instead of spending so much money? Alessandra shook her head. They were depending on Kate's marriage to turn their situation back around, but the best person to do that was now marrying Alessandra. Unless Kate has a flash marriage, I will be the one to save this house. But the Duke does not care for my father to give him a large sum of money, Alessandra thought to herself. I don't want to ask the Duke for any money either. It's best to let my father drown himself with what he created, Alessandra whispered. Still, Kate's marriage could save them. Alessandra didn't know what to do as of yet. It had not been long since her engagement to Edgar. It's better to take time to plan rather than rush things. It would be better to slowly ruin them than to get it over quickly. To ruin them quickly would not be satisfying enough for Alessandra. Reaching the hall leading to her bedroom, Alessandra decided to go outside to check where Kate had buried the kitten and her mother's dress. It wasn't hard to find the spot, as it was the only patch of dirt piled up outside like an anthill. Alessandra stared down at the hole in which her mother's dress was buried. She was tempted to dig it up, but if she did, Kate would have won. Getting down on her knees to dig back up the hole after making Kate do it would make Kate happy. I'm sorry, Mother, Alessandra apologized as she made the decision to leave the dress as it was. It is with the kitten who kept me company while you were away. This might be better than me wearing it. If you ever return and wish to have it, I shall dig it up myself and place it back into your hands. I have some of your belongings saved for when you return, so I can give them back to you. If you can't return for me, return for your belongings. When I do give them back to you, you should apologize for leaving me here with my father. You should have a good explanation for why you ran away and left your daughter here, or I shall ruin you along with my father. Alessandra never forgave her mother for leaving her while she ran away from her marriage. Still, Alessandra sat patiently, waiting for her mother to remember the daughter she left behind and to come back for her. She wanted to hear what excuse her mother would have and how she would make up for it. It's unfair for me to have two bad parents, Mother. I'm putting faith in you to return and ask for forgiveness. The world cannot hate me so much to put me through this. I hope that you are still alive and return quickly, said Alessandra. Alessandra would never go looking for her mother. Instead, she had a date on which she would stop caring, and should her mother ever appear before her, she would be nothing more than a stranger. Then, she would truly believe the world hated her enough to curse her with this life.
Where the hell is she?
Alessandra looked up at the sound of Katrina's angry voice.
You!
Katrina exclaimed when she caught sight of Alessandra outside. She leaned her upper body out a window to get a better view of Alessandra.
What on earth did you do to my daughter?
I threw her personality onto her, Alessandra bluntly replied. Do you wish for me to do the same to you, Mother?